Hi, my name's Connor and I'm going to talk to you about belonging. In the first chapter of The Simple Gift, it is made clear that Billy doesn't belong. He feels alienated and like he doesn't belong to the environment that he lives in. There is no reference to his mother or any other siblings, and his relationship with his father is poor. Billy's poor relationship with his father is demonstrated in the poem Sport, in which Billy remembers his dad banning him from playing sport because he broke a window with a soccer ball when he was 10. His father's aggression is indicated by the language he uses, such as thundering, hard backhander, and so hard. His father's dominating control over Billy is reflected in his dialogue. No more sport, no more forever. The use of high modality language emphasizes the uncaring control his father exercises. This is reinforced by the use of the metaphor, slamming the door on my sporting childhood, which shows how restricting his father is on Billy's life. A further sense of disconnection between Billy and the local area in which he lives is created in the poem Longlands Road. This is reflected in his colloquial language and negative adjectives. Each deadbeat, no-hoper, shithole, lonely, downtrodden house in Longlands Road. He also calls his town Nowheresville. Billy's attitudes are reinforced by the personification of the rocks he throws at the houses. The rocks bounce and clatter and roll in protest at being left in this damn place. It's as if even the rocks don't want to be left in Longlands Road, which reflects Billy's disdain for and alienation from the place in which he lives. Billy feels alienated from his school. This is reflected in his actions and his colloquial language when he returns to school and writes, "May you all get well and truly stuffed" on the wall in red lipstick. He then proceeds to call himself one lucky bastard because he isn't in school when everyone else is. This is reflecting his hatred for this institution. My chosen text was the film American Beauty, which was filmed in 1999 and directed by Sam Mendes. The plotline of the film is basically a man having a midlife crisis. Lester Burnham is the main character in this film. During the introduction, he does a voiceover, which creates a sense of not belonging, like within the first 10 minutes of the film. The voiceover says, "My wife and my daughter both think I'm this gigantic loser. And they're right, I have lost something. I'm not exactly sure what, but I know I didn't always feel this sedated." It's already established by the voiceover that if Lester feels like he doesn't belong when he's with his family, but a further sense of disconnection and not belonging is shown when Lester falls for his daughter's best friend. Lester ends up paying more attention and showing more interest to his daughter's best friend than his own daughter, which creates a further sense of disconnection in the family. When Jane's boyfriend is kicked out of home because of a fight with his dad, he decides to move to New York and offers Jane the chance to move with him. Jane accepts, but her best friend disapproves. This is shown through her dialogue with Jane. Jane, he's a freak, and then Jane proceeds to respond with, "Well then so am I, and we'll always be freaks, and we'll never be like other people, and you'll never be a freak, because you're just too perfect." Jane's best friend then replies with, "Yeah, well, at least I'm not ugly." Jane chooses her boyfriend over her best friend because her boyfriend creates a sense of belonging and connection for her, like a sense of safety, while her best friend was just using her to make herself feel better. Hence, why she realized that Jane was going to choose her boyfriend over her, she attacked her emotions. Back to The Simple Gift. In the poem Early or Late, it is Billy realizes that he may have to leave Benthrat to avoid the welfare people. But his first-person reflection makes it clear to him what really matters. But how could I leave the only town I've ever wanted to call home? And Caitlin, where I can look out and not be afraid of who sees me or who I see. Both Jane Burnham and Billy can create a sense of belonging and connection to others around them, depending on who they surround themselves with and in the area they are in. Because it is up to them to surround themselves with the correct people to help them feel a sense of belonging. It is up to them to belong or not to belong.